She said, "I do." She got her happy ending. And now she's got a whole new surname and a body on her hands. Coronation Street fans are once again taking to social media with the very same complaint they've been making for weeks. And this time, it's all about what's really going on with DS Lisa Connor-Swain. If you thought Weatherfield had settled down after that long-awaited wedding, think again, because the cobbles are buzzing louder than ever, and viewers say they've had enough of being left in the dark. So, what exactly is going on, and why can't fans stop talking about it? Let's break it all down. For those who haven't been keeping up with every twist and turn on the cobbles, here's a quick refresher. Lisa Swain first arrived in Weatherfield back in May 2021, originally introduced as a recurring detective sergeant investigating crime after crime that seemed to follow the residents of Coronation Street around like a bad smell. She quietly built up a presence over the years, working cases involving everything from Toya Habib's deadly car crash to Stephen Reed's murder spree, before finally being confirmed as a full-time cast member in March 2024. Played by actress Vicky Myers, Lisa quickly became one of the show's most compelling characters, not just because of her detective work, but because of her personal story, a single mother raising her teenage daughter Betsy while quietly carrying the grief of losing her wife, Becky, who is believed to have died years earlier. Then came Carla Connor. The two grew close through years of shared hardship, and in late 2024 their friendship blossomed into something more, marking Carla's first ever relationship with a woman. Fans fell hard for Swarla, as the pairing became affectionately known, cheering them on through awkward beginnings, stolen glances, and eventually a proposal outside the underworld factory. But nothing on Coronation Street ever goes smoothly, and just when it looked like Lisa and Carla were heading for their happy ending, Becky turned up alive. It turned out her death had been faked as part of an undercover operation, and her sudden reappearance threw the entire relationship into chaos, dragging Betsy, Carla, and Lisa through months of heartbreak, betrayal, and manipulation before Becky was finally exposed and jailed for her actions. After all that turmoil, Lisa and Carla got their moment. Their wedding finally aired on Thursday, April 23rd, delivering the kind of joyous, calamity-free ceremony that soap fans rarely get to see, a real first, according to insiders, since same-sex weddings on British soaps have so often been derailed by disaster. Lisa surprised Carla with the whole thing after their original venue fell through due to flooding, tricking her into thinking they were simply heading out for a complimentary spa day before revealing the truth. Viewers were left in tears watching the pair finally say their vows, with plenty of praise flooding social media for the emotional, romantic send-off to their long and difficult journey. But here's where things get complicated, and here's where the fan complaints really start to pile up. Around the same time the wedding was airing, Coronation Street had already dropped one of its biggest bombshells of the year, a flash-forward episode revealing that somebody would be found dead on the very day of Lisa and Carla's big day. The special episode opened with a shaken Betsy Swain being interviewed by police, revealing that she'd stumbled across a body shortly after the wedding while walking through town. The episode then rewound 2 months to lay out 5 possible victims, each with their own tangled web of secrets and enemies. Megan Walsh, caught up in a disturbing storyline involving teenager Will Driscoll, Theo Silverton, whose coercive control over partner Todd Grimshaw has horrified viewers. Maggie Driscoll, a fierce grandmother with a shocking history of her own. Jodie Ramsey, whose past connections to the Platt family remain murky. And Carl Webster, whose betrayals have piled up faster than almost anyone else on the street. Since that flash-forward aired back in February, fans have been playing amateur detective, dissecting every scene for clues about who the eventual victim will be. A viewer poll hosted by ITV's This Morning found that nearly half of respondents believed Theo Silverton would be the one to meet his end, with Megan Walsh and Carl Webster trailing behind as the next most popular predictions. Soap stars have done little to calm the speculation either, with Carl Webster actor Jonathan Howard fueling the fire during a live interview where he seemed to slip into the past tense while discussing his character's future, only to laugh it off and insist viewers would simply have to wait and see. Now, with the wedding officially aired and the mystery still unresolved, this is where the latest wave of frustration has kicked in. And it's not really about who the victim is. It's about something viewers say the show keeps getting wrong. Ever since Coronation Street made the switch earlier this year from its traditional hour-long episodes to a shorter 30-minute format, fans have repeatedly voiced the same criticism whenever a major storyline hits the screen, that the pacing simply cannot do justice to the show's biggest moments. And the wedding episode, for all its warmth and romance, reignited that exact same complaint all over again. Viewers took to platforms like Reddit and X to praise the emotional content of the episode while simultaneously blasting how rushed it felt, with one fan describing the pacing as choppy and arguing that scenes were jumping from one big moment to the next without any breathing room. Another pointed out that a milestone as significant as Swarla's wedding deserved a longer, more spacious runtime rather than being squeezed into the same 30-minute slot as an ordinary weekday episode. Layered on top of that frustration is a very specific demand fans keep making about Lisa herself. In the aftermath of the wedding, it's now been confirmed that Lisa won't just be dealing with married life. She'll be stepping straight back into work as the newly rebranded DS Lisa Connor-Swain, taking the reins on the very murder investigation sparked by the body her own daughter discovered. Vicky Myers has confirmed that Lisa will be supporting Betsy as a mother while simultaneously leading the case as a detective, a dynamic that's left fans desperate to know more detail about how exactly that dual role is going to play out. With her honeymoon plans now up in the air because of the case, and a new senior officer arriving to replace the departed and thoroughly corrupt D.I. Costello, viewers say they want the show to slow down and actually explore what this means for Lisa, rather than rushing through it in favor of jumping to the next dramatic cliffhanger. It's a familiar tension for longtime Corrie fans. The show is clearly not short on story right now, between a devastating whodunit, a fresh marriage, a career shakeup for one of its most popular characters, and a teenager left traumatized after finding a body in the street. But viewers are worried that cramming all of it into bite-sized 30-minute episodes risks undercutting the emotional weight these storylines deserve, particularly for a character as layered as Lisa, who has spent years grieving, healing, falling in love, and now finds herself thrust into arguably her most complicated professional case yet. So, what does this all mean going forward? For Lisa and Carla, the coming weeks look set to test their marriage almost immediately, as the demands of a murder investigation collide with newlywed life. For Betsy, having discovered the body herself, there's likely to be a difficult emotional journey ahead as she becomes entangled in her own mother's case. And for the show more broadly, the pressure is mounting for producers to address the format complaints head-on, especially if Coronation Street plans to deliver more big showcase episodes like this one in the near future. As for who actually died on that fateful April day, the identity of the victim is still being kept firmly under wraps, with only Megan, Theo, Maggie, Jody, and Carl remaining in the frame. Coronation Street bosses have shown no signs of confirming the answer early, meaning fans will have to keep watching, keep theorizing, and keep hoping that whichever character it turns out to be, the show gives the reveal, and Lisa's new chapter as a married detective sergeant investigating her own daughter's discovery, the time and space it truly deserves. That's everything we know so far about the fallout from the Swarla wedding, and the mystery still hanging over Weatherfield. It's clearly a huge moment for Lisa Connor-Swain, but fans are making it very clear they want more than just a quick nod to the changes happening in her life.
So what do you think?
Who do you believe is the mystery victim? And do you agree that Coronation Street needs to bring back longer episodes for its biggest storylines? Let us know your thoughts down in the comments. Give this video a like if you enjoyed it, and make sure you subscribe for all the latest Coronation Street news, spoilers, and updates as this dramatic story continues to unfold.